Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. The trans lobby are always asking for tolerance. Please tolerate us. Please make sure that we are equal. All trans rights are human rights. You don't need trans rights. You've got human rights. Nobody is at any point saying you're not human. But they are always on about tolerance. But apparently this tolerance only goes one way. You've got to tolerate them. But they will not tolerate anyone else. They will not tolerate anyone whose views do not align with complete obedience to their will. And this is causing problems. Not least of which is when you have an aggressive man who likes to pretend to be a woman and who insists upon you calling him a woman's name, and he insists upon dressing like a woman, but he is still a man and always will be a man. And we know he's a man because he's literally just been put back into jail for breaching his terms, and so now he's back in prison. A man's prison. So therefore he's a man in the eyes of the law. So we can quite easily call him a man. But this particularly nasty piece of work said that when you come across a TERF, his words, terrible, it's a terrible term, an insulting term, but again, tolerance is only one way. You're supposed to punch them in the face, he said. And of course now he's been recalled to prison, and it's very good. We're going to take a look at this article. Because this guy was a big member of the Green Party. Oh yes, remember them? The ones that say that they're the virtuous ones. The ones that are perfect in every way. The ones that are saving the planet. And now you've got a man who's calling for people to commit acts of physical harm on other people. Because he doesn't like how they think or how they say certain words. Rather than arguing a case, no, let's just go straight down to punching people. What a tosser. Quite literally, of course. He can still do that, even in his little mini skirt. So, probably doing a lot of that. Actually, probably be doing a lot of that now that he's back in prison, dressed as a lady. I'm sure the inmates there will be pleased to push him over and show him what being a lady is truly about. Anyway, we're going to have a look at this article, see what's going on, see why he's gone to prison again, and just have a laugh at him because he's a dick. Anyway, here we go. So, transgender activist Sarah Jane Baker, not his real name is Alan Baker, accused of urging a London Pride rally to punch a TERF. I do seem to think that pride is a sin. Anyway, he's remanded in custody after being recalled to a men's prison there. So, Alan Baker allegedly told a trans pride rally in London to punch a TERF. Baker, who served 30 years in prison for attempting to take the end somebody's life, is remanded in jail. He's a lovely piece of work, he really is, and so he's got this history of it, and now he's asking more, because he feels special in his little slingbacks and A-line skirt. And he's an ugly fuck. Is he ugly? Anyway, a transgender activist accused of urging a crowd at a London Pride event to punch a TERF was remanded in custody at a men's prison today. Alan Baker, 53, who goes by the name Sarah Jane, because you've always got to be very girly in your names, was speaking at a trans pride rally in Westminster on July the 8th, and allegedly said, "I was going to come here and be really fluffy and be really nice and be, really lovely and queer and gay. Nah, if you see a TERF, punch them in the fucking face." No, he's not gay. Because he's a man, he seems to think that because he dresses as a woman and calls himself a lesbian, that makes him gay. No, you're a man. If you want to be a lesbian, that makes you a straight man with a fetish. That's it. If you dress as a woman but want to be with a woman, you're a straight man. Don't call yourself gay. That's a lie. All the gay men out there must be really upset because you're like, how can you be gay if you're putting your penis into a woman and enjoying it? That's not gay. Anyway, TERF stands for Trans Exclusionary Radical Feminist, or normal people. Normal person. And is a common acronym of insult to identify people as anti-trans. Baker of Richmond upon Thames, southwest London, was reported to the Met Police and arrested on the 12th of July. Good. Baker previously served 30 years in prison for the kidnapping and attempted end of life of a person and was recalled to prison for breaching his licence conditions. Good. Keep him in there. Give him another 30 years while he's off the streets. Don't have to listen to his shit. Baker appeared at Westminster Magistrates Court this morning via video link from HMP Wandsworth, speaking only to provide a name and a date of birth. I wonder what name he provided. I bet he said Sarah Jane rather than Alan. The activist denied using threatening or abusive words or behaviour with intent to cause harassment, alarm and distress. Well, they've got him on video doing it, so he could... What does he want? A trial date was set for August the 31st at City of London Magistrates Court. Deputy Chief Magistrate Tan Ikram said, "It is important that Mr Baker does not stay in custody any longer than necessary. His liberty is most important." No. The safety of people is more important than his liberty. We know he is a dangerous individual. He's done 30 years already. He needs to stay in prison. Outside court, Baker's supporters held banners saying "Free Sarah" and "No equality and no silence." No, why should you free a man who is calling for harm on other people? No. Another 30 years, that'll do it. Arrest them. Put them in jail with him. Don't care. An Instagram page with more than 2,000 followers has been set up campaigning for Baker's release from a male prison. No, he's a man. He goes into prison. He's still got his penis, you know. That's a bit of a dead giveaway. Baker of Richmond was remanded in custody ahead of a further case management hearing on the 17th of August. I hope they take their time and do all that nice and slowly. Now, if I can find the picture... Now, I'm going to put up this picture, and there you go. That is Alan Baker, who goes by the name of Sarah Jane, ugly fella. And if you look in the background, who do you see? You see his two chums, don't you? Patrick Harvey and Gross Rhea. That tells you all you need to know about the Greens. They like to hang out with people who attempt to kill people and who like to cause people pain physically. That's who the Greens are. So none of this virtuous bollocks ever again. Thank you very much. As the fat ugly man there goes back to a man's prison for breaching his licence. Let's give him another 30 years. Anyway, I shall come up. I bet he felt all pleased with himself when he was going on, punch a turf, look at me, I'm hard. I bet he's not feeling quite so joyous as he's sitting there in his little cell thinking, I've been an idiot again. Am I ever going to get out of prison? No, I hope not. 30 years wasn't long enough. Let's make it 60 this time. See if that works. What an absolute nutter. But anyway, this is what I say. I mean, this is absolutely true. They're so intolerant one way. They demand tolerance, but they're so intolerant themselves. Hypocritical twats, that's what they are. Anyway, I shall finish there. If you like what you see in here on the channel, do please hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, leave a like, leave a comment, please share the video. And until next time, stay safe, stay well, and never let a trans punch you in the face. Bye.